Hello, welcome to the queue. It is Operation 43rd Wessex, and it is turn 6 for Japan. And that means Siam aligns, so we're going to go up 1 for that. So I'll get rid of those markers. And the $1, that was a reminder. We'll go over and, oh, that marker was for Siam. So that means Siam there. And now we have a torpedo boat destroyer and a destroyer in the sea and a militia there in Siam. All right, next up is our purchases. For the 34, we have a cavalry, a marine, an infantry, a medium bomber. We're going to start a factory in Honshu, 1 upgrade of a militia, and 3 militia. Let's roll some tech. Radar factories, and dice are missing. What do I need? I need a yellow and a red. All right, so here we go for the roll. 11 and a 7. That's 2 in a row. I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses here, although they have twice as many factories as I do. So, but Axis Tech, really good. Allies, okay. All right, so that's that. We're going to need this dice tray for our attacks. We're down to only 1 French sub here, but we'll get rid of it again. All right, so we have 2 attacks. We have Suyan and Hope. Hope is just going to be 2 infantry. They'll go in there, accompanied by gosh, I don't know what I want to do. I guess the tactical. They'll have a movement of 2 left. The 2 fighters will go into Suyan. And they'll have 3 left. That leaves 2 infantry and 3 artillery from Beiping that will go into there. And let's take from Rihe 1 infantry, 1 mountain. Those are actually going south. And those are going to non-com. Or do we want the cavalry? The cavalry will go. Why not? All right, so those will all move non-com. And I believe that's pretty much it. Yeah, we're good. Everything else is non-com. All right, so Hope, we're going to have 2 infantry at 2, and then the fighter, no, it's a tactical, at 7. All right, well, the tactical hit. The militia fires back, and it does not hit. So Hope is now relieved. You know what? I didn't get out the Japanese markers. All right. Next up, we got 3 artillery first strikes. Does artillery get knocked down from mountains? I think it does, so we'll call it 2s. That doesn't matter. 2 12s and a 9. We've got 2 artillery, 2 artillery boosting 2 infantry and 1 artillery boosting the mountain. So they'll be at 2. No. Yeah, these 2, orange will be at 2, and then the white will be at 3. And the white hits, so that's 1 of the 2 hits we need. That leaves a cavalry at 2. I didn't plan that out, so that was a miss. I got an infantry at 1. 2 1s, and then I got 2 fighters at 6. When there's a 6, so we got our 2 hits. The 2 militia fire back, and they get 1. How about that? All right, so we'll lose the infantry, I guess. Or do we want to lose an infantry? Lose that stinking cavalry. Oh, we'll lose an infantry. All right. Well, that is so exciting. All right. Put that off to the side. We're going to land our tactical. Will come out 1, 2 across the sea into Korea. Our fighters will go 1, 2 into Korea, just because we like it there. All right, I'm going to get some markers later. We'll get rid of those for now. So Japan will go up 2, and China will go down 2. I guess I better do that now. And so we'll go up to 30, and I'll go down to 1. All right. Let's do our non-coms. We have from P-32, battleship and a battle cruiser. There is a port. 1, 2, 3 into P-62, where we will be joined by our carrier forces. And there's a port, several ports there we can use. 1, 2, 3, 4, the light carrier and fighter. Same thing with the 2 tacticals and the fleet carrier. And this battleship cannot make it. Wherever will we go? Okay, so that doesn't... I think we'll continue to move that like we were. So he's going to go with the aid of the naval base. 1, 2, 3 to the Caroline Islands. All right. So we're going to send a light cruiser with it from P-32, just for grins. We're going to send this torpedo boat destroyer from P-14, 1, 2, 3 into P-50. And this light cruiser will just come up 1 to P-15. And that was all from P-14. All right. We're getting our ships out of the way. Let's take this sub here. Trying to think what in the world I was doing with that sub. I was going to leave the other subs where they are. So we'll come over 1, 2, 3 back to the Caroline Islands. All right, so we got a destroyer grabbing the Marine off Hainan. And he'll come over with the aid of the port. 1, 2, 3. And that's one of our destroyers. Second destroyer will grab a Marine from Kwangtung and do the same thing, staying on board their ships. We're going to give them some seasickness medicine. All right, so now we're going to do the same with a transport. We're going to take 2 Marines with the transports, 1, 2, 3, and they will stay on their transport. All right. Transport here from P-14 grabs the Marine, the artillery, and comes down 1, 2, 3 into P-50 and drops them off into Siam to say, welcome our new partners. All right. And that leaves 3 transports, all right? 1, 2, 3. All right. So this transport is going to strategic naval move. 1, 2, 3 of the P-16, grab the infantry from Tokyo. 4, drop him off into Korea. And he'll just hang out with that light cruiser. Or maybe he'll just go in port. Why not? All right. So that means this transport here will come up one, grab the 2 Marines from Nanking, and come down and drop them off into Kwangtung. All right. Last transport is this one here sitting in P32. 1, 2, 3, because we got a port there in Nanking. He'll grab the infantry and Marine, drop them off into Nanking. All right. Let's try and put our infantry all on one side here from when we count. 1 infantry from Hunan walks in. 1 infantry from Shangtung will rail into Kwangtung. All right. I believe our anti-aircraft gun here in Rihe will walk into Yunnan, and then this motorized will come over here to eastern Manchuria. All right. I think, what else do we need to do here? I think this destroyer was staying. That's why I had that dice there. All right, so we've got a fighter from Formosa, 1, 2, 3 into Siam. The seaplane will follow suit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into Siam. And that should be all our markers and dice. So let's just kind of leave these where they are, easy to count. We'll leave our cruisers in port. I think that's it. Let's go get the goods and place them like we own it. All right. So the upgrade of militia goes here into Formosa, which is at the top of your screen there. So we'll get rid of that militia because we're not putting another militia there. The infantry and Marine will go up here into Kyushu. Whoops. And the cavalry will go into Rihe. The medium bomber will go into Kyushu. And that leaves 3 militia. 1 goes into Kwangtung, 1 goes into Hunan, and 1 goes into Shangtung. All right, and then we're starting our factory here in Honshu. That should be it for the turn. No more recruitment rolls. Yeah. So let's look at our cash, and then we will check out. So next turn we will build that down to stage 2. I guess that's why I have 2 there. That'll be next turn. All right, so let's get rid of that cash. We are 30 on income now. We lose an oil, but we gain a Chinese bonus. So 30 plus 6 plus 1, $37 for next turn for Japan. Not super exciting, but we're going to do something about that here. Let's do a recap. We got our coastal sub in P55 moving down to P65. All right, coastal sub P65, P59. Regular sub in I-12. What is this? P62 has a battleship, battle cruiser, light carrier fighter, fleet carrier, 2 tacticals, 2 destroyers with 2 Marines loaded, 1 transport with 2 Marines loaded. There's militia on all those islands. That's no change. Sub, battleship, and light cruiser in P46. P50 is 2 torpedo boat destroyers, destroyer, transport, submarine. In P41 is 1 destroyer, 2 transports. In port is 4 heavy cruisers. Siam has a fighter, seaplane, artillery, militia, and a marine. Formosa is now an infantry. In Kwangtung is 3 marines, 1 mountain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry, 1 militia. Hunan, Shangtung, militia. Hope, 2 infantry. Suyan is 3 artillery, 1 mountain, 2 infantry, anti-aircraft gun, cavalry. Rihe is a cavalry. Northern Manchuria is a motorized and a militia. Korea is an infantry, 2 fighters and a tactical. C-Zone P15 is a light cruiser. C-Zone P16 is a torpedo boat destroyer. In port in Kyushu is a transport. Also is a medium bomber, infantry, and a marine. And that was a mouthful. Next up is Britain and the Commonwealth.